If Trump wants to take certain actions, our response will be an equivalent, earthquake-like retaliation. First, we tell all neighboring countries and other countries around the world not to enter into an economic war alongside the United States. Any country that partners in creating economic restrictions against us will be considered an enemy. Now, if they're going to impose economic sanctions on us, the U.S. has many oil companies and economic interests around Iran and in other places. Well, we will hit those. It has become clear that the atomic issue is so important that America would start such a war. So why shouldn't we, the peoples of the world, pursue the atomic bomb? In the first place, they, the U.S., came to make nuclear security, but now nuclear insecurity has been created. Iran and Oman had agreed on a transit route through the strait, although negotiations were not complete. If they make any movement along the southern route, Strait of Hormuz, we will hit them.
نفتی و اقتصادی در اطراف ایران و در جاهای دیگه داره. خب ما اونا رو میزنیم. حماقت ترامپ در جاذبه و اشتیاق مردم جهان به بمب اتم رو بیشتر کرده. یعنی آمریکا گفت من برای جلوگیری از بمب اتم اومدم. الان همه دنیا میگن عجب، پس نه NPT مؤثر، نه عضویت سازمان انرژی هسته‌ای هست و معلوم شد این مسئله اتم خیلی مهمه که آمریکا یه چین جنگ و ما چرا نریم دنبال بمب اتم؟ اصلا اینا اومده بودن که مسئله امنیت هسته‌ای درست کنن، ولی الان ناامنی هسته‌ای درست شده. دنیا میگن که اگر ایرانی که این همه تبعیت کرده بهش حمله میکنن، اونم به مراکز هسته‌ایش حمله میکنن، ما چرا نریم بمب بسازیم که کسی به ما نتونه حمله بکنه؟ از طرف دیگه متوجه شدن که اگه بمب اتم داشته باشن از صدها F-35 و از بسیاری از هزینه‌هایی که میشه این ارزانتره و مؤثرتره. خب الان یه اشتیاق آقای ترامپ در حمله به هسته ایران یک اشتیاقی درست کرده. خیلی از کشورها الان دنبالن اصلا کنترل سازمان انرژی هسته‌ای رو از دست دنیا واقعا ایشون خارج کردن. خب آیا این احمقانه نبودن؟ ما و عمان همین الان هم روی مسیر البته توافق کردیم، ولی هنوز بیانیه مشترک آماده نیست، اما روی مسیر ما توافق کردیم. من به آمریکایی‌ها توصیه میکنم هیچ نیروی اضافه نکنن. اگه نیرو اضافه کنن ما همون پایگاه رو میزنیم. هیچ حرکتی توی مسیر جنوبی انجام ندن، ما میزنیم. هر جلسه‌ای که بذارن ما بفهمیم با یه گروه‌های ضد انقلاب نشستن یه جا دارن که ما اونجا رو میزنیم. بنابراین اینطور نیست که ما الان ساکت باشیم. ما ساکت نیستیم. منتها الان حملات ما کاملا معناداره.
I'll take a few questions. I had a question on Iran. Just can you give us the lay of the land? What's our current posture right now with our overseas operations, and what do you hope this threat of economic sanctions will do to Iran? Well, it was great to see the Treasury Secretary today. We've been in full coordination with him on the economic fury and all the pressure that he can bring to bear, and we know that Iran can't handle it. Ultimately, their economy is in a spiral. They also know that we control the Strait of Hormuz, that our blockade is ironclad, and that oil is flowing through, ultimately. And you've seen some of the numbers. Iran can't run anything through. We can. The world economy realizes that, and so they made a big bet on controlling it, and they can't. The devastating things our military did to their Navy and their ability to sense and see and radars and missiles, they still have some capabilities, but it's nowhere near what it was at all. And so we can protect the shipping going through the straits and allowing oil to flow. More economic pressure only ensures that Iran really has the only choice they have is to come to the table and actually talk about their nuclear program, which is what the president has demanded.
Is it fair to say kinetic strikes are on a pause right now, or do you?
No. If we need to use kinetic strikes, we'll use them. If Iran is foolish enough to overplay their hand or mess with the American military, we'll do what we need to do. But economic pressure, we know, hurts them the most right now. But by no means are we foreclosing using kinetic strikes anywhere in the Strait of Hormuz or around Iran.
With munitions purchases being a top priority for you and the budget coming under pressure as Congress looks to do midterm elections and the balance of power may change, is it possible that you may choose to cut the amount of munitions purchases if you don't get the $1.5 billion, or is that sacred?
I don't think so. It's pretty sacred. And we've cut a lot of these deals, as you've seen, 5 to 7 year deals with companies who are now already investing, have made down payments of their own money on new plants and manufacturing. So this is not a nip around the margins of a few more weapons. This is a generational investment of 2x, 3x, 4x more munitions of the ones we know we're going to need and use. Those investments will be made. And of course, the media has made a lot of false claims about a lot of things. We feel really good about where we are and about our ability to make sure we've got the munitions in the future.
On Iran, the Defense Advocate Analysis System added 60 wounded in action over the last week. What can you tell us about attacks on U.S. forces?
I can tell you that databases play catch-up sometimes. We've been transparent about it the entire time.
The United States has two types of ATACMS weapons, unitary and cluster. The press reported that nearly all the ATACMS weapons were used. Did the United States use both unitary and...
Why would I answer? I mean, this is kind of a stupid question I would never answer. Like, why would I answer a question about whether we do or do not have certain types of munitions? I will tell you we have 110%, or I'll tell you we have one. I would never answer that question. And the press is foolish to want to press. An American press is foolish to want to press an American War Department about where we may or may not be on classified exquisite systems. I'll just tell you this. We had plenty when we needed it, and we have plenty now, and we have plenty when we'll need them in the future. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
The war is raging in the Middle East, and Iran has countered Trump's new threats. Tehran has vowed retaliation against the US. Team Trump is moving forward with its plan of economic sanctions against those who do not cut ties with Iran. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent warned the groups helping Tehran launder money to face expulsion from US financial systems.
Our objective is to sever every economic lifeline that sustains this tyrannical regime until Tehran stands alone. Iran's fanatics devote themselves to death to America and seek nuclear weapons to do just that. They have murdered and maimed more of our citizens and service members than any other terrorist regime on earth. And they have been at war against America, their neighbors in the Gulf, and much of the world for 47 years.
Iran stands firm on its stance and says it is fully prepared to counter the sanctions. The top negotiator for the country, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, just brushed off Trump and his men's threats. He said, "Americans know that no one buys their bombast. The United States is not in an economic position to further restrict its relations with other countries." Iran's trading partners, both in the media and through messages sent to us, have made it clear that they don't take these statements into account anywhere. Pakistan's army chief, Asim Munir, also met with the top Iranian leadership in Tehran amid tensions. This trip marks Munir's latest push to keep diplomatic channels open between Tehran and Washington. Pakistan has tried to play a key mediation role during the months-long conflict. However, there haven't been any fruitful results. Munir previously traveled to Tehran in April, where he met Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian during mediation efforts, before returning in May for further talks with senior Iranian officials. The US-Iran conflict is nearing the 6-month mark. An Islamabad brokered memorandum of understanding reached in June halted hostilities and opened the way for further negotiations. Hostilities erupted again in July as talks stalled over key disputes, including maritime security and navigation through the Strait of Hormuz.
This is a sustained campaign to collapse every last option for Iran. Let there be no ambiguity as to the position of the United States. An economic engagement of any kind with this murderous regime will expose those responsible to the full reach of American power. For decades, this regime has drawn strength from a calculus that regards Iranian retaliation as certain and American enforcement as negotiable. Under President Trump, that era is over. To the ordinary soldiers supporting this regime, as more and more of your paychecks stop or are supposedly just delayed, ask whether your commanders are leading your country to triumph or to ruin. And recall that the Berlin Wall fell when ordinary soldiers decided not to shoot at their own people.
The warning is not just for Iran, not just for Mujtaba Khamenei or his men. It is for every country that has been shaking hands with Tehran, all the trading partners, all the economic supporters of Iran. Even though the threat is scary, it has not deterred Team Iran at all. The world has been watching this pattern for the last 5 months, since February 28th. Every other day there is a warning, either from Donald Trump or one of his ministers or advisors. Even Iran has understood this pattern. But the bigger issue is, there has not been any positive change in the whole scenario. The so-called peacemaker of the world, the person who boasts that he ended several wars, is struggling to resolve this unpopular war. This war, in which Trump is actively involved, has pushed energy prices higher. Donald Trump is counting on further economic pressure against Iran and its so-called friends and partners. But maybe Trump is forgetting that the country has been under economic sanctions for years and is still surviving. Even after fighting a long and tiring war of over 5 months against one of the world's largest militaries, the country is still surviving. Though Iran Rial is indeed plummeting, the country's economic condition is in the doldrums. The head of Iran's Supreme National Security Council has also drawn an immediate red line. Iran has clarified that it will ensure not a single barrel of oil leaves the Persian Gulf if Washington moves forward with its economic war plan. And then came the broader threat. For the US's Middle East allies, Tehran has also set boundaries. Iran will treat any country that supports or cooperates with these US sanctions as participating in an act of war. So the threat is not just limited to the US president and his team. It puts every buyer, every shipping hub, and every neighbor in the Gulf on notice.
اگر ایشون بخواد حالا یه کارایی انجام بده، مقابله ما مقابله به مثل زلزله بار خواهد بود. اولا به تمام کشورهای اطراف و کشورهای دنیا میگیم که وارد جنگ اقتصادی در کنار آمریکا نشه. هر کشوری که شریک بشه در ایجاد محدودیت اقتصادی علیه ما او رو دشمن تلقی میکنه. البته اول باش مذاکره میکنیم، جلسه میذاریم، میگیم برید کنار، صفتون از آمریکا جدا، اگر عمل نکردن میزنیم، منافع اون کشور رو میزنیم.
Look at the Strait of Hormuz. At its narrowest point, this waterway is barely 21 miles wide. This narrow corridor passes roughly 1/5 of the world's petroleum supply every single day. Iran sits on its northern side. Tehran is aware of its geographical advantage. It knows that when it threatens this passage, the entire global economy feels the heat. The Iranian lawmakers are already pushing draft measures to levy mandatory service fees on commercial vessels passing through the strait. If vessels refuse to pay or violate their maritime rules, there would be a risk of detention, heavy fines, or outright seizure. Traffic through the strait is already crawling. Vessels' insurance premiums are climbing. Captains are uncertain, waiting with their ships if they should pass the strait or not. Missiles, tanks, drones, diplomatic talks dominate the headlines. The real shockwaves land far from the war rooms. They land on ordinary kitchen tables. The Iranian rial has plummeted to historic lows. The price of food, basic medicines, and imported essentials changes almost daily. For years, families across Iran have lived through cycles of sanctions, hyperinflation, and rising costs. Small business owners don't know what their inventory will cost in the future. It has been almost 6 months since the US and Israel launched strikes on Iran. In recent weeks, neither side has launched major strikes. However, the war shows little sign of reaching a permanent diplomatic solution.
ما بر این باوریم که بازدارندگی مؤثر نه از طریق تهاجم بلکه از طریق ایجاد هزینه‌های غیرقابل تحمل برای متجاوز و تضمین پاسخ قاطع و عدم تکرار آن بنا شده است و ما این مفهوم را در این جنگ به کار گرفتیم.